Hi students, we are going to now study the problems created by population explosion. We say that the population of India ranks second, China ranks first, but it's not a good indicator. Why? See, if in your class the student's strength increases endlessly, say in a class 200 students are there, will a teacher will be able to concentrate on every child? No. Will there be sufficient space in the class to breathe, to walk? No. So similarly, the population growth in any country more than excess, more than natural resources becomes a problem. We will take up the problems by population explosion. Pressure on land. Like in the example I have given, when number of students in the class are there, it becomes for a child to move with the difficulty. Isn't it? If a child has to go to outside to a washroom, he has to pass, he has to, wriggle and then come out of the row. Isn't it? There are fair chances of getting accidents in the class because of huge rush, imbalance, disequilibrium, behavioral issues, social issues, fights will start for the seats, other social issues will start. Same way, pressure on land is there with the population explosion. Pressure on agriculture is there. If a man has 5, 6 sons, it becomes a man's responsibility to make them feed, to give them good education, to make them settle in life. There will be independent rooms required by them. So, pressure on land. More food will be purchased from the market. There will be pressure on the agriculture. If everybody start having 5, 6 children, then pressure on agriculture, that natural resources will not be able to meet the what? Will not be able to meet the necessity, requirement of normal human being. Basic amenities, roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter, clothing will be at scarce because of excessive population. Same happens. Suppose in a house, if there are many children of a man, right? There will be scarcity of food. There, a mother or a father has to decide whom to give, when to give. One time, breasts will be purchased for one, not for the other. For next, then next time, for other, dress will be purchased. Food items will be distributed in a manner, right? There will be scarce income. Income remains the same. Land remains the same. With increase in population, land will remain the same. On that same land, on the same land, if number of children, number of people are born, they start living, then obviously occupation of the land per person will be low, will be less. Okay, and if there are few people in the same land, who will be more prospering? Which area will be more prospering? Obviously, this area where the population is less. Why? Natural resources, food consumed will be more in this land, and food consumed in the B land will be less, right? Education facility, hospital facility have to be developed. But when there is a scarcity of the land, it will be also a question. If a government says that a hospital has to be constructed, when people are living there, occupying the land and areas, right, it will become difficult for a government to construct a hospital, whereas hospital, education sector, industry sector easily can be constructed, right? So there should be balance between food resources and a population. That is that area is the most prospering area. Okay. Now, with the increase in the population, what will happen? They will start demanding. Suppose they will start demanding wheat. More people, more the demand of the wheat, that is food. When the demand of something is more, the price of that thing gets increased, isn't it? Like in winter season, demand for woolen clothes are more, demand increases. But you go in the shop, and if there is a winter cloth over there during summer season, that will be on sale. Why? Because demand isn't there, so it will be on sale on discounts. Okay. So these are the reasons, these are the problems created by population explosion. Okay, now what we are going to study? We are going to study now, since population explosion causes problem, even in the places where the population is less, that is also a problem. So there should be a measure to check population explosion. How should we check population explosion in India? What measures were taken so that India's population could get controlled? We will study these. Measures are the steps. Measures are the steps taken to check what? What to check? Population explosion. See, points will come on itself. Population explosion. Got it? So, in there are three main steps taken: economic measure, social measure, and policies by the government. Okay, policies by government to control the excess, government of India to control the excess population, right? Economic measures. Now, the population can be checked by increase of standard of living or by preferring a standard of living. Suppose if I believe to have great standard of living, or I feel that I should have good quality of life, good food, good education, good hospital facilities, good environment, everything, then what I must do? What I must do? I will work. I will plan accordingly. In case a man thinks of a quality of life, good education to kids, good living style, good old age, everything, quality of life good, then he will plan his family in such a manner that he can feed, he can provide best life to his children. For that, he need to calculate his resources with the expenditure, social factor, economic factor, everything he has to consider. In that case, a man will not produce endlessly without planning, will think over about his planning, how he has to go from his expenditure to childbirth. Right? Economic measure like industrializations must be increased. When there is industrialization, there is a commerce, standard of living increase, standard of living increases person mentality, person to live healthy life, prosperous life. For prosperous life, there shouldn't be what? Excess of population. Proper production should be there should be employment generation, right? Then distribution of income should be proper, removal of poverty. Generally, in the poor area, there is a population explosion, unplanned childbirth. So, poverty eradication is very important. Reduction of poverty is very important for improvement of standard of living and for what? Standard of living that ultimately checks the population. Okay, then social measure. See, in India-like society where women are not so educated, illiterate, still in rural areas it is seen, right? Women are not given preferences. Male domination society is there where only man earns the bread, right? Then superstition orthodox thinking, lack of education to women, right? Meta preferences for a male child, right? Preferences for a male child. So, social measure. So because of these stigmas in the society, or because of these orthodox mentality in the society, what happens when a woman is not educated? She doesn't have say. Population ultimately she doesn't have say in the family. Then what will happen? There will be what? A male will dominate, and there will not be equal thinking process. So population, childbirth will take. No education, no exposure to women. So what is required? The social measures are required where these things have to be checked in order to control population. There should be spread of educations. In social measure, there should be spread of education. Educate a woman, educate whole family. Right? Woman, whatever woman knows, she teaches further. She brings changes. She discusses if she's educated. Improvement of status of woman is very important for what? Checking of population. You will see in urban areas, people have one or two child. Whereas in rural areas, you see family having 2 to 5, 2 to 3, 2 to 4 children. So it is all matter of education awareness and thought process. Due to thought process. Now, women are the minimum age in India, as I told you, is minimum age to marry in India is quite low as compared to other countries. So, early age of a woman, if she is to marry at age 60, by 30 age, endlessly number of children will be produced. So, if the age is pushed up, okay, or stretched, then the population growth rate will be balanced or exploded population can be checked. Okay, there are medical facilities available, right? But awareness to the people in the rural area, unaware area, is very important. Okay, then the other thing is population policy of India is implemented through following programs. Population policy of Government of India by Government of India made some policies, but that policies could be implemented by the programs made by the Government of India. Right? These policies could take shape only by programs. So the programs were made, right? So we will study the third thing, right? In elaborative way. Implemented through programs. We will study the programs of Government of India. Okay, it is one of the measure taken by the government. Policies were framed, then to implement the policies, to give shape, implement the policy, the programs were made. To give shape to these policies, programs were made, programs were adopted so that population would get checked. The first one is family planning program. We must have heard about family planning program. See, in family planning program, you have to write these things. When measures will come, social economic measures you will write, then this third measure you will write. In that policy there are programs and we will do the three programs in this, right? This is a third measure, right? Family planning program, generally we come to here, it you have to write about when it got established. Initially, when it got established in 1952. Right. Its object was to control birth rate, to reduce. Then we will talk about its objectives. Object was to control what? Birth rate. Okay, birth rate. So, it's subject to reduce. So, we will write about the object, birth rate. Established, the program name established, when it established an objective. Then what was in it? This. What is family planning? Define. It means planned parenthood with consensus with the woman and man. The pair plans together. There is a consensus, and then they plan child. There is a planned parenthood. Right. Childbirth is not choice, but the childbirth is choice, not chance. What happened in the poor people? There is with chances, so many chances happen. With a chance, so many birth of children take place. Right? With a chance. But family planning program says that there is a choice to have a child. There must be willingness to have a choice, but not by chance it happened. That is family planning program. Right? But with what happened, the religious factors, social factor, false religious practices, lack of awareness amongst the people, this program couldn't take to great heights. It became a bit unsuccessful. But still, it was an initial step to put in people's mind about family planning. But anyhow, the results were not so lucrative. Then came family welfare program. Family welfare program. Family welfare program. As you know, the name defined, there is something related to welfare. It had all the features of family planning, that there should be a choice in being a parent. There should be choice of having a kid, then chance. But this planning this program was integrated with the child health. It even focused about the child health and woman health and nutrition. In welfare, they had family planning also in it, and woman plus child health and nourishment, nutrition. See, it focused that children who are taking birth should be nourished. They shouldn't die because of hunger. Women shouldn't die because of hunger. There should be medical facilities given so that their health could be maintained. Mortality of infant and women should be taken should be main focus that work on its mortality of infant and women. Should be focused or main thing in concern while in this program. It included family planning along the health of child and a mother or a woman, right? Then the third one, which has so many features, the third thing which I will write, it has many features. Hope I will be able to write in the board on the board. See, this first of all, this family planning, it is let me define it. You have to also write it is a rename of this family planning program. This family welfare program is a rename of this program, and it was established in it came into existence in 1979. When did this first program, family planning program, came into existence? In 1952. Family welfare program came into existence in 1979. Family planning program is renamed by family welfare program because of its bit unsuccessful regime, and this welfare included welfare of child and woman. Okay, now we will do the third one. In the programs of the government, we will do the third thing, and the third thing is family planning program. We did this thing. Now we will do population policy. The third point. Just give me one moment. National population policy, which is very important and has very good features, which included welfare, planning, everything in it. National population policy. National population policy. National population policy. See, National population policy 2002. Now, this is the third program of Government of India in order to check the population explosion. Right. Why it was made? The objective, you will write about the objective. Why it was made? To improve the quality of life. To improve the quality of life. When quality of life will be improved if there is a education, welfare, check on the population, right? So, for quality of life improvement, its main objective was that's why it was established. When it was established? In 2002. So, there are few features, right? Features means some agenda on which the government was supposed to work upon. So, we will study a few features. Okay, we will study the features. There are around 7 features. 7 to 8 features. Let's study features. First, it talked about education. Education. It says there should be free education, right? And compulsory education. See, I told you why there is a population explosion. Because women are not educated, men are not educated. First of all, because education develops their mind from orthodox thinking to they will become practical thinking, where they should know that quality of life is very important. When there are five children of a man and when there are two children of a man, the standard of living, the quality of life living, happiness of life, you see where it will be. Obviously, where there are two children. Okay. So, education, free and compulsory education should be there up to 14 years. Up to 40 years. Right. Secondly, it focused on reduce of infant mortality. Olden times, few 30 years back or 40 years back, the moment the child used to born, he used to die. Because at the time of childbirth, there are many diseases, or the child is very sensitive, the mother is very sensitive. They are likely to catch infections or in deformity in the body, likely to form. So, with a very serious procedure, with the medical facility support, a healthy child and healthy mother can be. So, focus on infant mortality was there. In They focus that the rate of mortality should be 100. Should be 30. The infant mortality should reduce to 30. Infant mortality means death of infants should be 30. Okay, 30 what? Out of 1,000 infants, there should be only 30. At max, there should be 30 deaths. Right. Then reduce maternal mortality rate. Maternal. What is maternal? When maternal is mother, paternal is fathers. In maternal mortality rate, which is also known as MMR, mother mortality rate. It also asks us to reduce it to 100 per lakhs. Per 1 lakh 100 deaths. Okay. It should be below. See, 100 deaths, the deaths of the mother should be below 100 to 1 lakh living women. Right? Same way, infant mortality, there should be below 30. Right? Deaths of infants to 2,000 infants birth. If 1,000 infant births are taking place, is occurring, then only 30, not more than 30 deaths should be there. In this program, it was initiated. If there are 1 lakh women, then below 100 deaths should be, but if happens, then it should be below 100 deaths. Below 100 deaths of women, pregnant women, still acceptable, not more than 100 to 1 lakh living women. Okay. Universal immunization. There should be universal immunization to the kids, to the woman, to the man, Why immunization we give him immune? Why do we get immune? When we were kid, at 1 age or 2 year of a month, 1 month, 2 months later, 3 months, as decided by the doctor, we were injected so that our body becomes immune to the epidemics in around the world, right? There used to be plague, cholera, there used to be smallpox, but now you don't see smallpox. 100% eradication of smallpox has been seen by the immunization. So proper vaccine should be there so that the death rate doesn't happen. See, this policy, national population policy, doesn't only talk about the increase or controlling the increase in the population, but also talks about the uncertain deaths and unnatural deaths, uncertain deaths, uh, right? See, if people are dying due to epidemic, it is also not good for the country. It even hampers the economic development of the country. That's why about infant deaths. If in a country infants do die, keep dying, that means medical facility is not there in the country. That means infrastructure is not there, or people are not aware. Anyway, economic development of the country drops down. Okay, so this policy is quite better, right? Implicit in nature. It is quite better that it includes many things. Then, fourth thing, delaying the girls' marriage. The girls' marriage, fourth point, girls' marriage. Girls' marriage, age of marriage was decided 18, right? Then, preferably 20 years of age. 18 decided so far, but yes, the work can be done on 20 if not at the age 18 if you child girl is not getting married, or do not force the girl, in fact. Preferably 20 years. If you really want that population of country should lower down, then prefer it that after 20 years she should get married. Although by government rule 18 years they have sanctioned, but prefer it for 20 in case you want the population growth to lower. Prevention and control of communicable diseases. See, communicable diseases should be prevented. Why? Communicable diseases, cholera, plague, and these things, they make people die. Because people die, that's why human beings thinks we should have many kids so that one dies, others will be there. Therefore, communicable diseases should be checked. By 2045, as per this policy, by 2045 population should be balanced. Indian population should be balanced, right? So this policy, the policy, national population policy 2002, it was quite inclusive, that it included quantitative aspect, qualitative aspect of the country to in order to control population, exploded population, as well as check the mortality rates of women and child, right? So these were the measures we did: measures, social measures, economic measures, and the policies framed by the government. For framed because they were framed by the government, the programs were made. This is the third program we have talked about: national population policy, family welfare program, family planning program. Three policies, programs came under this government initiative. This was the third one, right? Anybody if asked what are the measures, you have to tell what are the steps should be taken in order to lower down the population, right? We'll be meeting our another part in the second in another video, right? By the time you keep watching these videos and open the book and synchronize and study what I have said, you can even write in your examination. Open the book, tally it, do it, fine. Stay happy, stay blessed.